Once, Rob Reiner was asked by Access Hollywood if he worried that his son's struggles would cast a shadow over his own legacy.
Yeah.
Were you ever worried that that Nick could shine poorly on your career or something?
No, that never crossed my mind. I mean, he's my son. I love him. It doesn't matter. That he's more important than anything that could happen to me.
You don't seem very fiery to me.
I get crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't want to set me off.
Those quotes hit different now. Because on what should have been a quiet holiday weekend, Rob Reiner and his wife Michele were found dead in their Brentwood home. Their daughter Romy came over on Sunday afternoon, walked in, and saw what no child should ever have to see. Reports say Romy called 911 in a panic, telling the dispatcher she'd just walked in and found them unresponsive, begging them to send someone right away. She also told police exactly who she thought did it: her brother, Nick Reiner. That sentence alone is enough to stop everything. But if you slow down and look at what actually happened over those 24 hours, the picture gets sharper and more devastating. Here's what we know. Sunday, December 14th. Around 3:40 in the afternoon, LAPD shows up at the Reiner residence on South Chadbourne Avenue. They go inside. Rob and Michele singer Reiner were found both deceased. Cause of death? Multiple sharp force injuries. That's the medical examiner's official determination. But by that point, the damage had already radiated far beyond that house. Let's rewind to the night before. On Saturday night, it was reported that Rob, Michele, and Nick attended a holiday party at Conan O'Brien's house. Witnesses said Nick appeared off. Not just quiet, off. Dressed differently, acting distant. Then, things reportedly escalated. He got into a heated argument with his father in front of other guests. In the early hours of Sunday morning, around 4 o'clock, Nick reportedly checked into the Pierside Hotel in Santa Monica. He was alone. Eyewitnesses said he looked disoriented, maybe even out of it. Investigators would later allegedly find blood in that hotel room. Later that day, a massage therapist was unable to access the Reiner home. Romy decided to check in herself, and that's when the reality of what had happened came crashing in. On Sunday night, LAPD located Nick near Exposition Park, not far from the USC campus. He did not resist arrest. Officers took him into custody without incident. 3 days later, on Wednesday, December 17th, Nick made his first court appearance. He was in a padded blue suicide prevention smock, shackled, silent. He answers only once. "Yes, Your Honor," waiving his right to a speedy arraignment. His defense attorney is Alan Jackson. High profile, high cost, same guy who represented Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein. And yes, that raised a few eyebrows. Jackson told reporters, "This is a devastating tragedy. We urge everyone not to rush to judgment. But let's be honest, this defense is going exactly where you think it is." So, what is Nick's legal team actually going to argue? Here's how I think things will go. First, there's the issue of competency. His defense team is expected to argue that Nick isn't mentally fit to stand trial. In fact, his initial hearing was already delayed due to what they described as medical clearance issues. Then there's his mental state at the time of the incident. California no longer recognizes a formal diminished capacity defense, but his lawyers may still argue that he wasn't capable of forming intent, that there was no planning, no premeditation. They could also pursue a not guilty by reason of insanity plea. That would require them to prove Nick didn't understand what he was doing, or that he couldn't distinguish right from wrong at the time. This isn't a new narrative for the family. Nick's battle with addiction and mental illness has been documented. Rob even co-wrote a movie with him about it, Being Charlie. It wasn't fiction. It was their life. They tried rehab, housing, therapy, support. From the outside, the Reiners were showing up every way they knew how. And now? They're gone. Friends like Billy Crystal and Larry David released a joint statement. Michelle Obama called them some of the most decent, courageous people she'd ever met. Outside the house, the holiday lights are still up. Inside, a family story ended in the worst possible way. The part that sticks with people is what could have been. The Reiners were reportedly supposed to have dinner with the Obamas that very night. Instead, the only thing left is silence, questions, and a city trying to make sense of how a private battle turned into a public tragedy. The arraignment is now scheduled for January 7th, 2026. And whatever comes next, it's going to unfold in court. The legal system's gonna do what it does. Investigators will comb through every timeline, every conversation, every decision, and eventually, we'll know more. But that doesn't mean this is just some story to gawk at. 2 people are gone, 1 person is sitting in custody, and a daughter is the one who found them. No matter what the outcome is, nobody wins in a case like this. If you want to follow what happens next, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything.